Hey guys, so we're gonna look at the transformations and the transformation techniques, so how we create these transformations and the transformations of character, time, and place, and the different ways in which we can do this. So, if I can get my PowerPoint working. There we go. So the transformation techniques is what they're called. So these are the methods that we use to transform between characters, between time, and between places. So when you're looking at when a question is asking about what are the transformation techniques or what theatrical conventions are used, you can talk about the transformation conventions and techniques. So the techniques themselves, the one you see most often is snap. So a snap change is that really fast-paced, really quick transformation. So when we go from little old Lodo straight up into a younger person or a more brighter person. So going from this movement to this movement is a very quick snap movement. Then we have morph, which is that slower change. So again, using the little old lady, if we're down here in a little old lady, and then we slowly morph into someone else. Okay, so it's that really slow movement. Then we have give and take. So give and take is a little bit, so the first two, snap and morph, and give and take as well, these are all our three most popular ones. So I'm going to encourage you guys to explore some of the other styles and transition types. But say giving a cup to character A, and then character B moving it and becoming a hat or something. Yes, I'm very imaginative this morning on Monday morning. In the Hulk example, it's not really an example, it just looked cool, but you can imagine passing the beaker and then becoming the Hulk. Sort of an action or a gesture. Okay, so this is using it's generally repetitive. Okay, so a popular one, something that you can see here in Cinderella is that movement of going up. She's not changing person, okay, but we can imagine that she is. Okay, so going from, again, using that motion, that gesture, to change from, again, little old lady to something else. You could use like a handshake. Okay, so you become one and then become someone else with that click. Okay, that could be something that is both a gesture and action. A lot of people use specific gestures to denote specific characters. So say they've got a peace-loving character, they'll use that. Say they've got a very positive character, they'll use that all the time just to denote that they're changing into that character. Use of production areas, so this can be anything from costume sets or lighting. In your VCE solos, obviously you can't use lighting because there is none, but you can use your sets and your costume pieces and things. And simple changes are the best changes, so instead of changing the whole outfit, changing one or two things. This one doesn't have the sound effects, but you can imagine what it is from that. So use of sound or words. So again, a click could also be considered a sound. And again, it's this idea of repetition. A student last year used the idea of changing halfway through a sentence. So finishing the sentence in a new place, in a new time as well. You could use someone's name or something. So say, help, alrighty. Example, but gives you going from someone's name to something else, like another word which your other character would be using. So you'll be able to watch one that's going to give you some better examples. Use of a symbolic object. So again, a prop, costume, some sort of item that you have that can be used to transform your character. Again, from character A to character B. So a lot of these GIFs don't actually have the people changing into different characters. It's the characters themselves changing into a better version of themselves. But what you need to do is character change from one character, so say He-Man, into another character, say She-Man, or one of the baddies. And then there's the idea of repetition. So all of these different forms really rely on the use of repetition so that we can tell that that's what you're using that movement or sound or whatever it is for. Okay, so it's really important. And you can also use it standalone. So if you've got, say, a handkerchief, like the one we watched the other day, a flick of the handkerchief could always mean something in terms of transformation. So now you're going to need to go security. Okay, so you'll need to go to the actual link to the PowerPoint, and I'll put this image in the OneNote page, or this video in the OneNote page. And what I want you to do is to go through, watch it, and try and highlight as many of the different types of transformations as you can, just to see if you can recognize them, because then you can use them yourselves. Right, apologies for the bad examples, but I will see you soon.